Good morning. I am Tracy Peterson, founder of the AV Society, and I wanted to tell you a thing that I've been kind of contemplating for a long time. It's a concept. It's going to be a real quick one today, but the concept is content. I know that's really vague. More specifically, what kind of content? What are you going to make? You have an objective, and that objective is to communicate with an audience and to find the audience that really cares about your product, your company, your motive, your event, your activity, your whatever it may be, your cause. So your goal is to communicate all the details about that, whether there's action items, whether there's ways for people to participate, whether there's things that they should be paying attention to, information that they should be aware of, whatever it may be. Your job as a video creator, especially on the industrial and corporate side, is to take all of that information and figure out how to condense it into a reasonably entertaining way to communicate it. And that's the whole point of video, is that video can grab people and get right through their visual cortex. And it does something where you have to kind of reassemble the information in the back of your brain. And so it kind of circumvents some of the rationality of our forebrain, which is why it's so powerful. But the question still remains, how do you create the content? How do you come up with an idea for a script or a concept or a show that you're going to communicate these ideas in? Now, the answer to that is very simple. Stephen King said once, if you want to become a great writer, the solution is to read a bunch and write a bunch. There's only one way to get there. Same thing with filmmaking. It is watch a bunch and make a bunch. Now, your process and your craft is going to get better over time. Incrementally grow there. Really, my best advice for anybody getting started on YouTube or doing corporate videos is to grow incrementally. Start with something that's passable and then move on from there, because it'll take time to develop the eye and the regimen to kind of get things done quickly and efficiently and in high quality. Now, that's all technical issues. That's all how the sausage gets made. This conversation, though, is about what gets made. So that comes back to the question of what content are you going to create? Now, what I mean by content in this sense is, what is the show going to look like from beginning to end? And you have a lot of options, right? So first step, as I said before, is to go to YouTube, sit down, watch a ton of videos by companies that are related to your space. So if you're an electronics company, a company that does a lot of great videos and that we've worked with in the past is Hitachi. You can go look at their different YouTube channels and see lots of great corporate industrial videos. Their stuff tends to go on the side of the traditional corporate video, the stuff that we've been doing for years and years and years. The interesting thing about YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, is it gives us an opportunity to try things that aren't necessarily viable in that other space. So make sure that you look at things that are just like this, whether they're just heart-to-heart talks by a person from the company, whether they are full-on kind of behind-the-scenes operations showing you how the assembly line works, whether they're tutorial content showing people how to use products. There's a lot of different options out there. And the very first step is going to be taking a little bit of time to do competitive research, look at what works for your competitors or partners, and see if maybe some of those options work for you, and try them out. Maybe shop a couple of the ideas, shoot a couple of the simpler ones and show them around the company and see what people think. So it doesn't have to be that hard. Again, remember, iterate, watch a lot of YouTube videos, take your time and do a little bit of competitive research. And then in future videos that I'll be uploading to LinkedIn, we'll talk about some of the different things that we've done that have actually helped folks. And I'll kind of give you some ideas for structures that might work, including things like, the talk show structure, the PowerPoint presentation structure, the conversational structure, the Skype call-in show structure, right? We'll talk about some of those that work for different companies. We'll go over those in a little more detail. But for now, if I were to tell you to do one thing, it would be go do a competitive analysis of your competitors and potentially partners, and see what kind of content that they're uploading to their YouTube channels, Facebook, and so on, and see if those are working, and see if those are getting the engagement that you want, if they're getting the type of reactions that you want, and maybe try on one of those various types. Maybe they might work for you. Again, my name is Tracy Peterson. I'm with the AV Society. If you need digital video production or live streaming, which is very popular right now, give us a call. And I hope you have a wonderful day and succeed in all of your goals.